Kunle Olofofo, what is this so? Kí la tún rí gbọ́? Doki, ojúlala kan fi ń ṣọ́rí o. I hear say one disease dey out there like Ebola, like COVID, wey dey kill people now. I gats protect myself o. Kunle, is it diphtheria you are referring to? E be like say it sounds something like that. Well, Kunle, first and foremost, all this dramatic dressing that you have on is not the way to protect yourself against diphtheria. Doki, now why I can't see you with that now? Will you educate me? Okay, Kunle. Diphtheria is an illness caused by one bacteria with one big name like that includes, of course, that name diphtheria. And interestingly, it's a vaccine-preventable disease, and that's why the surge we are currently having is largely due to poor vaccination, especially in some areas of the country. Doki, me I sure say I take all my vaccinations. My mama even give me my vaccination card, and everything dey up to date. So, Doki, are they protected with that now? Abi? Well, let me explain to you first how vaccines work. Okay, Doki, I'm listening. Abeg, make I comot this thing. Make I breathe small, Abi. Doki, you shall not get am now, Abi. Vaccines are either a small quantity of a germ or a part of that germ introduced into the body to stimulate the body's defense system to identify the germ and learn how to fight that germ in case of a future exposure to the same germ. Doki. So if people are introducing diseases into our body, calm down, Kunle. The amount of what is introduced into the body is not enough to cause the disease itself in someone who has a normal and working immune system. But it causes an immune response, which is the reason why some people develop fever, especially children, after vaccination. Or if it's an intramuscular injection, you could feel pain, around the area of the injection. Okay, Doki, I dey follow. Good. So like I said earlier, when a vaccine is introduced into the body sends soldiers, the white blood cells, with their specialized weapons to identify what exactly this germ looks like and to build up specific set of soldiers that can deal with this infection if it occurs in the near future. Doki, weapon be tibao. White blood cells they carry AK-47. Well, the same way we have different categories of police and military with different kind of weapons dealing with different kind of security concerns, we have the body also having its own specialized kinds of white blood cells to deal with different kinds of infections. And the purpose of vaccination is to help the body in this learning process so that it can train specific soldiers for specific kind of infections. So that in the future, if the body actually comes in contact with this real germ, the body doesn't fight a losing battle, as has been happening, especially with children who have come down with this disease, diphtheria, and are dying due to it because their bodies have not come in contact with it previously, and they do not know how best to handle this germ. So vaccination is basically to prepare us ahead and ensure that we are ready for a future infectious insurgency. Doki, so I dey covered with that now since I don't collect all my vaccines. Well, largely so, but not entirely so. You see, the thing about vaccinations is that they may not necessarily give 100% protection such that you can never come down with the infection. However, they give such a level of protection that even if someone who has been vaccinated against the disease comes in contact with the disease again, the person only has a mild disease. But there are some vaccines that over time may require what we refer to as booster doses to improve, its effectiveness. Okay, Doki, what is it about this diphtheria thing where they cause katakata everywhere? Well, while the outbreak is fast spreading, it's more at the moment in the northern part of the country where, due to insurgency and security concerns, a lot of children missed their vaccinations. And at the moment, the greatest percentage of those that are affected by this disease are children and unvaccinated people, especially. So we still fit catch am, Doki? Well, it is highly contagious and may cause a sore throat, fever, hoarseness of voice, and something we refer to as a bull neck, okay, which is due to enlargement of lymph nodes around the neck region. Doki, which one be lymph node again? Okay, Kunle. In the body's defense system, we have something you can refer to like police checkpoints, okay? The smaller ones are the lymph nodes, and they signal in the areas that they monitor when there is an infection or any foreign agent around that area. And the way they respond is that they get swollen and sometimes they get painful and red. Agbadoki. Now wow, police checkpoints inside our body. Oh, say the police with their body, they collect bribe, they intimidate innocent people, sha. Olofofo. Now you sabi. Anyway, there are bigger ones, like the tonsils, which you have at the back of the throat, which is often implicated when you say you have a sore throat, and the adenoids at the back of the nose. You remember our conversation the other day about that child, that was snoring, okay? And then we have even bigger ones, like the spleen, like the liver. I refer to this as like the barracks, where you have a larger, proportion of soldiers and activity going on to deal with these germs or foreign agents. Okay, Doki. Well, Kunle, the cocoa of the matter is that diphtheria is a highly contagious disease and is out there and raging right now. And children, especially unvaccinated children, are at greater risk. Well, if you do come in contact with someone who has diphtheria, all that may need to be done, is to have a period of observation, and then you're placed on antibiotics and also have some testing. And like I said, those who are vaccinated are not at as much risk as those who are unvaccinated. Also, as much as it's a threat, it's perhaps not a COVID or Ebola level threat. So you can, stop with the drama. It's all right, Doki. At least my mind don't rest small now. Make I can't go. I go to see you later, Doki. Take care. Kunle, the Olofofo specialist, investigative journalist extraordinaire. I'll see you later. Hello, people. I hope you enjoyed the series, okay? Well, an important take home, from this current series is two things. Firstly, there is an ongoing outbreak of diphtheria out there, and you want to ensure that, you protect yourself and your children. However, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as, putting socks or gloves over your hand or wearing face masks all over the place. Just the basics, hand washing, good hygiene, good diet. But very importantly is vaccination, okay? Now, the way things work is that the country, Nigeria in particular, and most countries alike have, an immunization schedule. And very important vaccines have been put on this immunization schedule. Some are free and paid for by the government, while there's some that you may need to pay for out of your pocket by yourself, okay? But the ones that are free are available in government hospitals, whether primary healthcare centers or secondary or tertiary, all across the country. They are available and they are free. And all you need to do is ensure that your child gets each one of these vaccinations. Now, some people prefer to stay at home and wait for these people who go from street to street on vaccination campaigns. See, the problem with that is that most of such vaccinations that you see these people going from door to door for are booster doses. They are not the actual schedule. So you want to ensure that your child is fully vaccinated according to the National Program for Immunization. And of course, for adults, there are still catch-up vaccinations that you can get. So you probably want to find out at your nearest healthcare center if there are any vaccines that could be beneficial to you. Vaccines are not evil. Yes, there may be a lot of politics around, vaccinations, and a lot of contradictions here and there. But you see, the truth is this: we are where we are today because of vaccinations. Polio has almost been absolutely eradicated in Nigeria because of effective vaccination. So don't allow the propaganda about one vaccine or the other to dissuade you from getting your child or getting yourself vaccinated. Protect yourself from vaccine-preventable diseases. Very importantly, let's protect our children. Let's get them vaccinated. Very soon, Kunle Olofofo will be back with another interesting gist for you. Please stay tuned. I'll see you later.